Right there, you would have heard the moment shots were fired outside a Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints chapel on North Redwood Road last night. 2 people died and 6 were injured in the shooting, with 3 in critical condition. Our Matt Fons is outside of that chapel with the details. Matt, what can you tell us?
Hey Alyssa, good morning. Yeah, just a tragic scene playing out here last night in what's already a sad evening for a family honoring and mourning a loved one. I want to give you a live look at the scene here this morning. It looks a lot different than it did yesterday evening. A lot clearer. There's only a few police cars here. We do know that there is police caution tape around the church itself. The rain has kind of set it down to the ground a little bit, but yeah, again, a lot quieter than what you saw here yesterday evening. But we do want to let you know what we know so far. So 2 people, as you mentioned, are dead, 6 others injured, 3 of those injured said to be in critical condition. We know shots first rang out around 7:30 last night in the church parking lot as that funeral was underway. We also know, per the Facebook post of a family member, that it seemed to be an open door service where people were invited to come in and out as they please. At a press conference last night, Salt Lake City Police Chief Brian Redd let us know that the Salt Lake City Metro Gang Unit is also part of the investigation. However, it's not confirmed if this incident is gang related. Right now, it's also unconfirmed whether the act was carried out by one person or multiple. Important to note that whoever it may be is still on the run as well this morning. Take a listen into what Police Chief Redd had to say last night shortly after this all played out.
So through this process, we have detained individuals. I don't know the current status of that right now.
How many individuals have you detained?
I don't have that number.
I was inside, and then I walked outside, and all my cousins were laid on the floor, getting shot, got shot, pretty much. Tonight was a viewing from one of my cousins that passed away just a couple of days ago, and we should be taking him back to California for his actual laid to rest, his funeral. And tragic happened. 4 of my other cousins got shot.
Okay, so you were just listening in there to Police Chief Brian Redd speak, as well as a family member. We do want to let you know as well, important to note here this morning, that police do not believe this was an attack on the religion itself. They believe this to be an isolated incident. We also want to note here, too, that many of the victims involved were taken by private vehicle to the hospital instead of ambulance. So another piece of information we are learning here this morning as well. We heard from another family member last night as this all played out. Here's what they had to say.
It's cool. It's a cool world. I mean, especially at a putu, at a funeral. It's not okay. It just hurts.
Yeah, as she mentioned there, this whole community just hurting this morning and kind of coming to terms with what happened again on what's supposed to be an evening of them remembering and honor a loved one who passed away. Now, we also want to note here that all 8 people that were involved in this incident are adults of adult age, and they do not believe there to be any threat to the public at this time. So as you get on with your morning, just know that in and around this area is safe, and police again are saying that there is no threat to the public. We're going to stay out here all morning long and continue to bring you the latest updates. Our Kaylee Ann is also going to join us here in just a few minutes to talk about what comes next in this investigation and where things go from here on out. But first, I'm going to send it back to you in the studio, Alyssa.
You just heard the sound of gunshots captured by a doorbell camera of a couple living nearby. They say it was just an ordinary night until they heard the commotion.
You hear multiple shots ring out, and it's all after the holidays, so it makes you think and wonder, were those fireworks? But no, those were actual gunshots, and I jumped up off the couch really quickly and ran over to see what was going on and see if I could help.
He got here and he said there was no police here yet, but you called 911. He was put on hold. So many people were calling in. It made us feel good because they're like, hey, we've got people looking out for us.
And reaction from local authorities are starting to pour in. Salt Lake Mayor Aaron Mendenhall showed up at the scene after the shooting, promising that authorities won't rest until they find the people responsible.
This should never have happened. This should never have happened outside a place of worship. It should not have happened at a celebration of life that was occurring inside of the church tonight. Our condolences continue to grow, and we know that this impacts not only those victims and their families, the community that was at the church, but the entire community here in Salt Lake City and on the west side. Salt Lake City Police Department are not going to rest until the individuals responsible are brought to justice. Full stop. No matter where they go, we will find them. They will be brought to justice.
And Salt Lake City Council member Victoria Petro also shared a statement saying she's concerned for the people living in the area and sad for the injuries and the loss of lives. She went on to say she has full confidence in the Salt Lake Police to bring justice to the situation. She also encouraged anyone with information to contact Salt Lake Police. And the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints also released a statement last night. It says, quote, "We are aware of a serious incident that occurred outside a church meeting house at 660 North Redwood Road in Salt Lake City tonight, as a memorial service was being held in the chapel. The church is cooperating with law enforcement and is grateful for the efforts of first responders. Until more information is available, all questions about this incident are being directed to the Salt Lake City Police Department. We extend prayers for all who have been impacted by this tragedy and express deep concern that any sacred space intended for worship should be subjected to violence of any kind." Now, police did detain some people on the scene, but would not confirm them as suspects. So to get more on where the investigation goes from here, let's go live to Salt Lake Police Headquarters, where ABC4's Kaylee is standing by live. Kaylee, good morning.
Alyssa, the Salt Lake City Police Department is scheduled to host a press conference later this morning to further uncover more details of what they were able to discover last night. So far, what we know, though, is there is still an active manhunt underway. Police have said dozens were inside that church building attending that funeral at the time the shots rang out. Officers have been conducting interviews with each of them, but police are still looking for at least one person they say fled the scene. They describe video that they have of a suspicious gray sedan pulling out of that church parking lot right after the shooting, then heading north on Redwood Road. They believe those responsible may be inside that car, so of course, police want to make contact with them.
Obviously, someone who did what just took place here is a dangerous individual, and we do want to get them off the streets as soon as possible. But again, I want to emphasize we are getting some good solid leads on this, and I can hopefully have more information for you really soon on suspects. Obviously, if anyone saw anything, if anyone has any video, if anyone has any information, we do want to hear from them.
The phone number they want you to call is 801-799-3000 if you have any helpful information. Again, that's 801-799-3000. Salt Lake City Police have established a search area from 500 North to 700 North, extending to the Jordan River. But at the same time, they say there doesn't appear to be an active threat to the public this morning. Now, the press conference is tentatively scheduled for 10 o'clock this morning, but police are we're still waiting to confirm that time with police. But of course, this is a developing story. We will keep you updated both over the air and online at abc4.com with the very latest information. Reporting live outside the Salt Lake City Police Department, Kaylee Ann, ABC4 News.
Kaylee, thank you. And again, we do expect updates to this story will be coming into our newsroom all day. So we'll have continuing coverage of this tragic church shooting on air, online at abc4.com, and on our News for Utah Plus app.